Now, here's a question I wanted to ask earlier, actually. As a woman in this industry, in this business, have there been any challenges for you?
So I'm an athlete. So good luck with challenges. No. Yes, there's always challenges. Photography is a man's world. You gotta learn to play with the guys. And, but, you know, there's times, just I think with any woman in an industry, in any industry, you have to prove yourself. If you can prove yourself with dignity and respect and the knowledge that you have, and not being afraid to tell it how it is. You know, some of us ladies like to, and I do it sometimes, they'll make a statement and then they'll come back with an explanation of that statement. No, make your statement and then sit on it for a minute. You know what I mean? Don't say anything. The best advice I ever got was from a mentor who said, especially with pricing or with sticking to your guns with something, with a client or with someone who you're working with, say what you need to say and then don't say anything at all. You know, if it's a price, you tell them, it's this amount of money, and then wait. Don't say, but we can do it for, you know, $1,000 cheaper. I don't know why us ladies want to protect everyone and make everyone happy, but it's your job. This is your company, this is your job, this is how you eat. And you have to constantly, I had to constantly remind myself that, you know, this is my company, I'm worth the money, there's value there. If I was looking for a photographer, would I hire me? Yeah. Would I hire me for that price? Yes, because of the value that I bring, because of the, you know, taking care of the client's needs that they have. So that's probably the best advice that I got, was just not saying anything. But I think women, depending on the industry that you're in, I mean, the art industry is a little easier. Everyone's a little bit more open-minded in some ways. But there are companies out there that, just for artists in general, and you don't even have to be a woman, that want to lowball you on your art. Oh, you can use it for your portfolio, they say. Well, yeah, I am going to use it for my portfolio. I actually created it. What else are you going to do? You know what I mean? You know, so be careful. Make sure that there's some sort of payment that you're getting. I know when you first start out, you know, it's a little different, and sometimes you take those jobs that you don't really want to, but you do because of the money. But just make sure, even as a female or a male, that you're not devaluing yourself. But I've been really lucky along the way. Maybe because I'm Italian, I grew up with brothers. It's been okay, and I get men, and I don't take it too personally on some stuff. But yeah, I think it's important to be firm, be who you are, and explain the value you're going to give, and that's it. If they don't want to use you, it's okay. Because those bigger clients are going to come along the way, and they will use you. And usually the clients that are tough and trying to lowball you because you're a woman, they'll end up being a hassle. I had a client like that one time. Sat in a meeting. There was a gentleman who was doing some online marketing for them, and I was the photographer. And he had several projects for me to do. And so I gave him a bid, printed it out, broke it all down into sections to see, you know, what he could do. And the gentleman next to me told him what his price was. It was thousands and thousands of dollars. Okay, great, that's great, let me sign the contract. I gave him my price. What? What? What is this for? How much money? That was the reaction. And I just sat there and I said, that's what the price is. I would love to work with you. If you have questions, I'd be happy to go over any part of it. It's broken down into sections so you can see exactly what you're getting for each project. Didn't want to pay me. Said, okay. Hired me on for a smaller project. By the end, I ended up doing the whole project for him, but ended up costing him more money because it wasn't bundled all in one. So who lost there? I didn't.
Well, that's good. That's a good lesson for him, but hey, that's what happens sometimes.
It does.
You know, when you devalue people's artistry, you know, but we're glad that you've stayed focused.
It's not easy.
Yeah, no, but you know, I was raised by a single mother, and one thing she taught me is no matter what obstacles come up, stay focused. And that's what she's always done. But it's good to meet individuals who, in their business or personal life, who overcome those obstacles in a graceful way and very kind way. But it's like, look, this is what it is, and if you like it, fine. If not, I'm not afraid to move on.
Right.
And I think that's the key there. So we thank you for that. So let me ask you one last question. Why is personal branding important? We know you have your company, but as you mentioned earlier, you are your company. You're the face of it. So why is your personal brand important?
Personal branding is really important because you are the heart and soul behind your company. You know, your company is your company, but who actually makes up that company? They want to know that you're trustworthy, that you are going to help with their needs, that I mean, we're talking about a lot of money you're working with here. And it can be a sensitive topic for a lot of people. And so, you know, sometimes you're having to educate and coax people to help them along the way. Personal branding is it's who you are. It's your essence. It's who you know, it's your make. And I think sometimes that's lost with just people in general. You know, we see stuff online, it's, oh, no big deal, I just posted it. Like, I don't care if it's rude. Well, it's going to be up there forever, and then people are going to remember that. Do you want to work with someone like that? Probably not. You know, you want to invest your money into companies, into people that really care about values and really care about people and helping others. And I think we've done a good job doing that. And I look forward to seeing how much more we can do.
Yeah, excellent. And you know, that's a good point you mentioned about just posting things. We live in a world where I'm amazed sometimes people post things and then they get upset because people comment on it. And I'm thinking, that's your personal life. Why would you even put that out there? Who really cares about that particular situation? But when it comes to business and your brand, everything you put out reflects back on you. So I think
definitely does.
Yeah.
Definitely does. And that's, you know, if someone works for me, I'm going to look at all your social media. I want to know who I'm working with.
Absolutely.
You can smile in front of me, but there might be something else going on. You know, and I want to know who you really are. And people really do want to know that. You don't want a reaction online, then don't post it online. You know, we have a lot of, not even just students, but adults who post things where I'm like, oh, goodness. You know, and they'll say, well, that's not really how I feel. Well, yeah, it is. It's online now. You have to remember, it's a permanent stamp. It's like getting a tattoo. You can't get that off. You know, no matter how much it hurts, it's not going to go away. Online is online now. And I'm going to find out who I'm working with. I'm going to find out, even my companies that I try to, you know, new clients. I'll find out who the CEO is, what they do. I want to know about you. I want to know, that's the information that's really important to make maybe the relationship work better. And maybe if I don't want to work with you, you know, it could be that too. So it's really important. I think don't ever blend your personal life with your work life. I mean, go under a secret name if you have to. You know, be smart about it. But just know that when you start your own company and you do have your own company, there's no separation. It's merged. It's all one. It's who you are, and you can't separate it. As much as you try to, it's still really all one unit. So just be smart about it.
Yeah, absolutely. So any closing thoughts, any closing comments you have for our listeners?
I think a couple things is that don't be afraid to start a business. I mean, there's times that I want to fire myself, and I think a lot of us feel that way because it's hard. It's really hard. But put the right people in place to help you through those hard times. And when things are going really, really well, those are the times to prepare yourself for the harder times when business isn't always coming in. So be smart about that, and don't be afraid to ask questions. I mean, I'm totally open to people contacting me and wanting to know information or wanting to learn something. Sure. I think more people are giving than we all think, and don't be afraid and don't give up. You know, push through those first 5 years. Those are usually the hardest, and everyone says it, but it really is. And those are the times to create those really great relationships, because when other people are thriving and you've been working hard in those first 5 years, they want to pull you with them. They want you to do as well as they are. So, yeah, create those relationships with them.